everyone. Welcome to ISO to IATF. This message is going to be a message to management. And the reason that I picked this topic is because we ran into a situation where there had been repeat issues over audits, over the certificate cycle, and management was notified that they had the potential of losing their certificate due to these, not necessarily the repetitive majors, but the continuation of majors from audit to audit to audit, which shows a weakness or a consistent weakness in the quality management system or business management system. So the certification to either ISO 9001 or IATF, in most cases, in 95% of the cases, are customer-specific requirements. Your customers are asking you or requiring you to be ISO 9001 certified or IATF certified. So when you are not meeting the requirements of the standard, you are not meeting customer-specific requirements. So that makes them very, very important. In addition, the customers and people that are purchasing your products based upon the certificate are trusting the certificate to say that you have a valid and sustainable and compliant business management system. And if you are receiving major after major after major, 1, 2, or 3 majors every single audit, that is not a compliant system. When you get majors, there's systemic breakdowns, or you have evidence that you could potentially be shipping non-conforming product to the customer. So we have an obligation to issue major non-conformances. So management was shocked because one of the comments was, hey, wait a minute, we're supplying to, one of the big three, right? Or the big three for GM Chrysler, among other subscribing OEMs to IATF, and their scorecards, their customer scorecards are impeccable, and they are. They're impeccable, but a requirement of the customer is that you also have to maintain certification and maintain compliance to these standards, right? And they were kind of surprised to hear that. So I wanted to go over the leadership responsibilities that come out of the standard for both ISO 9001 and IATF. And of course, we've talked about the fact that ISO 9001 is the very foundation of IATF. And so without saying, everything that we talk about in ISO is automatically IATF, but everything in IATF is not automatically ISO 9001. So I wanted to go over the leadership requirements in the standard to kind of reinforce what the expectations are for the leadership and for top management. So when we talk about top management in your organization, we're talking about if you're a single site, right? If you're a single site, who is the top leader at the site, right? Who is ultimately responsible for the overall business? These are people that are responsible for ensuring the implementation and meeting the requirements of IATF or ISO 9001. If you're a corporate registration, it could be the people on site, as well as now we're escalating to corporate management. And why aren't they doing something to support the sites to ensure that they're meeting these quality management or business management system requirements? It's very, very important. So I'm going to go through the clauses, and I'll let you know if they're IATF or ISO 9001. By no means are these comprehensive requirements for leadership. I'm not going to cover absolutely everything. So don't go at the end of the presentation and say, oh, she missed this or she missed that. That's not my intent, to cover everything. My intent is to reinforce the requirements for leadership in relationship to, hey, listen, you've got amazing scorecards and you have great customer satisfaction. However, you are responsible for way more than just making sure that your customer is happy. You're responsible for maintaining the sustainable and continuing compliance to these requirements for IATF and ISO 9001. All right, so here we go. All right, the first one. There we go. All right, so we're going to go to Section 5, leadership, and this is an ISO 9001 requirement. Of course, we talked about, ISO 9001 is a part of IATF, but IATF is not necessarily part of ISO 9001. So, leadership, ISO 9001 requirement. This is a general section. Top management shall demonstrate leadership and commitment with respect to the quality management system by doing A through J. A, taking accountability for the effectiveness of the quality management system. B, ensuring that the quality policy and quality objectives are established for the quality management system and are compatible with the context and strategic direction of the organization. C, ensuring the integration of the quality management system requirements into the organization's business processes. Let me say that again. Ensuring the integration of the quality management system requirements into the organization's business processes. The quality management system are the IATF and the ISO 9001 requirements and the processes that you have identified on your interaction map. D, promoting the use of the process approach and risk-based thinking. E, ensuring that the resources needed for the quality management system are available. And we all know in today's world, it's insane. I've never seen anything like this before. And if you think that you're the only ones that are having trouble with resources, guess again. It's across the United States. Every company almost that I go to, there's only one or two that have all the resources they need. It's nuts. So management has a big challenge on their hands at this moment. F, communicating the importance of effective quality management and of conforming to the quality management system requirements. G, ensuring that the quality management system achieves its intended results. So the quality management system includes not only production processes, but supporting processes. You may have heard about COPS, MOPS, and SOPs, and if not, we're going to talk about that in another session. So hopefully that'll help clear some of that up. Engaging, directing, and supporting persons to contribute to the effectiveness of the quality management system. I, promoting improvement. J, supporting other relevant management roles to demonstrate their leadership as it applies to their areas of responsibility. All requirements of the top management, right? 5112, process effectiveness and efficiency. Top management shall review the product realization processes and support processes, not just production, but the product realization processes and support processes to evaluate and improve their effectiveness and efficiency. The results of the process review activities shall be included as input to management review. 90% of the time when I audit management review, that's the first thing I do is grab the process map and I go to the management review and I verify that each and every process, number one, has a KPI. Number two, that those KPIs are included in management review at least within the 12-month period, right? So you have to be able to show objective evidence of that. So a lot of top management misses that, So the next one is 5.2 policy. So establishing the quality policy, 5.2.1. Top management shall establish, implement, and maintain a quality policy that is appropriate to the purpose and context of the organization and supports its strategic direction. provides a framework for setting quality objectives, includes a commitment to satisfy applicable requirements, and includes a commitment to the continual improvement of the quality management system. Let me say that again. Includes a commitment to the continual improvement of the quality management system, not production, not shipping, the quality management system. Again, all of the processes that you identify make up your quality management system. All of the requirements for ISO 9001 make up the quality management system. So I'm going to back up. Section 5.1.1.2 is specific to IATF, process effectiveness and efficiency. Section 5.2.1, establishing the quality policy, is ISO 9001. Okay, the next one, ISO 9001, 5.3, organizational roles, responsibilities, and authorities. Top management shall ensure that the responsibilities and authorities for relevant roles are assigned, communicated, and understood within the organization. Top management shall assign responsibility and authority for A through E. A, ensuring that the quality management system conforms to the requirements of this international standard. One more time. Ensuring that the quality management system conforms to the requirements of this international standard. And what are the quality management system? It's all of your processes, and it's all of the requirements of IATF and all of the requirements of ISO 9001. Top management is responsible for that. Ensuring that the processes are delivering their intended outputs. How do they do that, right? How do you ensure that your processes are delivering their intended outputs? KPIs. What are the KPIs and or metrics, whatever you want to call them? How are you measuring each and every process to ensure that it is meeting its intended output? C, reporting on the performance of the quality management system on opportunities for improvement, in particular to top management. D, ensuring the promotion of customer focus throughout the organization. Typically, everyone does a really good job of that. E, ensuring that the integrity of the quality management system is maintained when changes to the quality management system are planned and implemented. I'm going to read that again. Ensuring that the integrity of the quality management system is maintained when changes to the quality management system are planned and implemented. Very few organizations are really good at this, managing change. You could probably chalk up 85% of the non-conformances that I write against any organization is because they don't have a good change management system in place to meet E. Top management is responsible for ensuring that whenever you make changes, whatever those are, that the integrity of the quality management system is maintained. It's not just product changes. It's not just a design change. It's not just a process, manufacturing process change. It's, what did I change in my procedure? How do I control all the impacts when the procedures change? It's changing the way we do shipping or changing the way we do purchasing. What are the impacts? What gaps could I potentially have? So everyone needs to get better at managing change across the board for all processes and not just specifically manufacturing. Okay, and here's the last one that I'm going to cover is specific to IATF, right? 5.3.1. Organizational roles, responsibilities, and authorities. This is supplemental. Top management shall assign personnel with the responsibility and authority to ensure that customer requirements are met. And what did we talk about in the very beginning that are customer requirements? ISO 9001 is a customer requirement. IATF 16949 is a customer requirement to probably 90% of the people that are listening here, you're becoming certified, or you are certified, number one, because your customers are requiring you to be certified. That is a customer requirement. Number two, you want to do business. You're becoming certified to ISO 9001 because you want to do business with an organization that requires it. So you can't just think of customer requirements as product requirements. You've got to think in a larger scope. Your customers are requiring certification to ISO 9001 and to IATF 16949. And how is top management ensuring that these requirements are met? And it is certainly not by receiving a major every time you have an audit, or two majors over the certification cycle, or having repeat non-conformances. Top management is not engaging and ensuring that these things are happening. Top management should be asking these questions. Why are these things happening? That is one of the reasons that your internal audits are so important. And we're going to have another session on internal audits. Internal audits should be finding all of these things and identifying your gaps. And top management needs to be supporting that activity, or you're never going to improve. You're waiting for us to come in, or the third-party auditors to come in and find your non-conformances, and then you're shocked, when you have these major gaps. It's because you're not listening to your internal auditors when they're trying to tell you what's going on, or you're not providing the right resources for your internal auditors, or management isn't supporting internal auditors with the amount of time that they need to do a good audit. The thing that I hear most is that, number one, the internal auditors are not being released by their managers to allow them time to do internal audits. And internal audits are postponed, because they've got other things to do. And in today's world, with resources being as they are, everybody's really tight. So what are you doing about that? How are you making sure that you're getting good value out of your internal audit so that you can fix the gaps that you have in your system before your third-party auditor walks in? It is not the third-party auditor's job to help you fix things. It's really not our job to find non-conformances. Our job is to confirm conformance to the customer-specific requirements and confirm conformance to the standard requirements. The non-conformances are only issued because we find that you are not conforming. And the reason that you're not conforming is because you're not listening to your internal auditors, or you're not allowing your internal auditors the appropriate time to do the job that they need to give management good information on how to fix the system. All right, back to 5.3.1. I'm going to read it again. Organizational roles, responsibilities, and authority supplemental. Top management shall assign personnel with responsibility and authority to ensure that customer requirements are met. These assignments shall be documented. This includes, but is not limited to, the selection of special characteristics, setting quality objectives, and related training, corrective and preventive actions, product design and development, capacity analysis, logistics information, customer scorecards, and customer portals. All right, so not totally inclusive for management requirements, but certainly very important. And I wanted to talk about these and focus on these because management cannot have the perception, because your customer scorecards are good, everything is fine. That is not the case. That is not the case, right? So that's why you have third-party audits. That's why you have, your auditors come in to verify conformance to these standard requirements, which are, again, customer-specific requirements. And if you are not meeting these customer-specific requirements and you continue to get majors, and you continue to have excessive nonconformances or repeat nonconformances over time, your certificate will be withdrawn. Either the CB is going to withdraw the certificate. So let me explain to you just briefly. The auditors come in and they do an audit. Every single audit report is reviewed by a veto power who is approved by a governing body, right? So the auditor submits the report, the veto power reviews the report, and they determine whether the auditor did a sufficient job with the objective evidence, if they made the right calls with the non-conformances, and if the clients have responded, with good root cause and good corrective actions in an acceptable manner. They can reject an auditor's decision at any moment. The auditors, we do the best that we can. Very few of us ever have rejections from the veto power, but it does happen. After the veto power accepts it, it may be selected by a corporate audit, or it may be selected by a governing body audit, and they may find issues with that report as well. And there have been instances where the governing body has done an audit on a certification body and went, why does this company have a certificate? You issued 13 major nonconformances and you allowed them to fix it. I'm going to write you a nonconformance because you didn't pull the certificate, right? So we have to be very cognizant of the capability and of your quality management system and how sustainable that is and how robust it is over time. And if you continue to have major nonconformances, and we look at that over the certificate cycle, your certificate can and should be withdrawn. So just a heads up, just to know how serious this is, that management needs to understand it's not just customer scorecards that they need to be looking at. You need to be looking at the health of your quality management system, and the way that you do that is through looking at the results of your internal audits and your external audits over time. Only then are you truly going to get a grasp of what's really going on in your system. All right. Well, I hope that helps everyone. It's so critical, and in the future we're going to be talking about processes and how to clearly identify your processes, and maybe what kind of KPIs and stuff that you should be having for those. If you have any questions, you want to reach out to me to ask any questions, you can reach me at ISO to IATF at gmail.com. That's ISOTOIATF at gmail.com. And this broadcast is sponsored by SNCS, and you can visit SNCS at www.snics-it.com. Thank you, everyone. Until next time, goodbye.
We hope you enjoy this video, the first in a series of informational videos for the ISO 9001 and IATF 16949 community. On our next video, we will provide information on how to navigate the different ISO 9001 and IATF 16949 requirements all companies face during their audit process. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos. If you would like a demo of the SNCS software, contact information is provided below this video. Thanks again, and have a great day.